I smoked my pipe and I took a whiff and the smoke. I ask her first all the time. I was like, "Gwen, you want to get high?" And she always looks up to me and gives me a little pouty face, like and squints her eyes. She's like, "Yeah, we're ready for it." If she wants it, she usually only takes one hit, and then every time I ask after that, she's like, "Nope," and she runs away.
Yeah,
but she always takes one.
Transgender.
This was a
it's made very, very cool through the media.
That one was pretty cashed already.
I hear it, this loud dinging noise in the kitchen area.
And we were, what was that?
We were the only ones in the building.
It's Palma. She realizes the frog's intelligent.
We went in there, looked around, and nobody was there.
What are you talking about fucking
frogs?
He's a 6 or 7-year-old kid, and this frog's acting very intelligent. I think Gohan's going to pay attention.
Property
it's best. Bulma's very intelligent.
And working.
She knew that the child would probably be the one to give the frog the most attention.
Are going to be much more susceptible to hauntings because some of those people don't necessarily move on.
But the kid doesn't realize shit.
Okay, so we got the cupboard here with the ding.
He thinks that he's the Game Force guy that got stuck in the frog. He doesn't realize it's actually Bulma now.
The light bulb blue. I was freaked out.
Bulma should just use her. Sorry, Don.
We have an electrical
Bulma
problem.
should use her frog fingers to write out letters on the ground.
An explosion had happened.
Write out a message.
Like
I am Bulma.
something had just crashed in the kitchen.
Then draw their attention over to the words, I am Bulma.
I heard footsteps in the kitchen.
I am a vampire frog.
The fear of an intruder behind that door.
Count Dracula.
If you're hearing footsteps and all the living people in the house are accounted for, maybe that spirit is saying, come with me, I need to show you something.
Sesame Street, the original. I don't know about the new shit. It kind of got all woke and weird
how expensive
as I got older.
It is. I really wanted to improve my health this year, but I didn't.
I've seen it. We'd fucking show Elmo, like...
The original is cool.
The silverware was spread out everywhere.
Elmo's a fucking nightmare.
Silverware.
Elmo didn't exist when I was watching Sesame Street as a kid, so that's a whole new thing that didn't exist when I was growing up. So.
Oh yeah.
That was like late '90s.
Certainly
I was already like late teenager.
Has done this.
I wasn't watching Sesame Street at that time.
Heaviness
I was watching friggin' like horror movies
kind of
and shit.
Pushing me away.
Shit that teenagers do.
We were both scared.
Like freaking
not knowing
what's it
what
called
was around us.
The Mask,
As if something is
well, the
circling
Mask,
around,
but
sniffing out a marked soul.
Scream. Scream.
It was an unwanted.
That was.
Yeah.
No, that didn't exist yet. Scream
memory,
was the first scary movie like that. It was amazing. No one had ever done anything like that before. It was super popular.
Yeah, dude.
I even got high and I fucking freaked all my friends out at a party once by unlocking all the windows and doors in the house when they weren't looking, so that I could just run around in and out of. I'd knock on walls, and then I'd jump out the window or scurry out a door, and then go to around outside the building or downstairs and bang on the floor with a broom, right? And then I jump out the window, go around and knock on the front door, and then I go around to a window on the opposite side of the building and start pounding on it. Or I just did that for like an hour until they were so fucking scared. They all grouped together and decided it was smart if they all would went out the front door onto the front lawn. And my friend Graham, he had a baseball bat and he was guarding everybody. There was like 5-6 girls and like 4, 5, 6 of my male friends there, and he was in the front with a baseball bat. And I was in the house and they were all scared. And I opened up the front door and ran out and I went and ran at them, and then I stopped. You he was holding up the bat, and I just started laughing my ass off before I was in range of him hitting me, right? I was like, I was just fucking with you guys. I'm sorry. They were not happy, but I was cracking up. I scared the shit out of them.
6 months.
They almost caught me a couple times. I had to hide in very weird places, like behind a couch. You never think he's just right behind the couch. They looked through the whole room. They didn't look behind the couch.
In adulthood can
I was just
make
having
them
fun.
more vulnerable.
If they'd found me then, that would have cut half of the fun. And
by that type of
that was early. I actually think my best friend saw me behind the couch, but he pretended he didn't. He let me keep going and play. He knew I wasn't gonna hurt nobody. But he played along. I think it was awesome.
Worried that
he's been my best friend my whole life. Well, since I was in grade 3, I think, or grade 4, we met.
But equally scary is the thought that their dream hotel might not open in time.
He's the only one that I still like keep in contact with, and he's always been willing to help me when I need money or whatever. And then I always end up not needing it, and I'm like, so thank you, bro. I fucking still love you, man. You're still my best friend. He's a great guy. I hadn't seen him in several years, and then this summer his son had a baseball game. His son is the same age as me and him were when we first met.
That's when things.
And they had a baseball game at one of the fields in my town. So he's like, "Hey, I'm in town with my son. We're baseball game. You want to come hang out?" I was like, "Fuck yeah!"
Dripping in one of our closets.
Nice.
That was cool. I think they won.
There was a big hole in the ground, and I asked my daughter to hold a camera down there while I go to the other side and turn a valve.
No, first maybe.
It's gonna be on the drain side. Tell me what you can see.
Nice.
What? I saw something else. You saw something else? Okay.
Yeah, no, that's my oldest best friend. And I think he's my only best friend.
My daughter's staring at me.
He's been the only person in my life that's known my situation growing up.
Face down
like,
there. And she was
we
very
both
scared.
are from broken homes. We both moved in with a friend who was a religious family, and they both took us in. We lived in the basement with our friend. We had the basement to ourselves for like a whole year at school almost. But they ended up kicking me out because I was getting depressed and stopped going to school because freaking one of the teachers was being a dick to me and freaking other shit. I was not a violent or causing problem type of kid. I just was depressed, and I stopped going to school and I played games and shit. And I ended up beating the friend I was staying with PlayStation game. First PlayStation. It was that spy, not that spy game. It was Shadow something or no. It was not Rainbow Six. Fuck, I can't remember the name. But anyway, I beat the game because I'd been staying home like for a week. Like I'd go for a bit, and then I'd just go back, right, and avoid the rest of the classes. And he found out, and told his parents, and they kicked me out. He got pissed off I beat his game.
Oh fuck.
The Fitness Edge in Palm Springs presents Ageless Fitness.
He got pissed off I beat his game, told his parents I'd been skipping school and shit. And then fucking they kicked me out because I was depressed, and none of them ever talked to me. I didn't know how to talk to them. Fucking, whatever. I finished rebuilding my car engine that day. My buddy Brent, who was staying there with me, he came out and helped me rebuild my engine. It took us like an hour, and then fucking my car run perfectly. The only thing I hadn't finished replacing was all the drive shaft and camshaft bearings. But I didn't have a chance to. They kicked me out. So it ended up blowing up like 2 years later because the bearings were already worn out like freaking 300,000 kilometers. Okay, I replaced everything else that needed except those. I knew they needed replacing, but I never got the opportunity. I had to live in my car and shit.
Makes me feel really weird. It's really scary.
Fuckers.
Why don't we
Nobody gives a shit.
Then you don't have to have it in your room. Does that work? Yeah. Okay.
It had a little girl in it, and then above it, it looked almost as if a skull was coming through.
Yeah, we ended up buying the same T-shirt once from a mall. We didn't know it. We didn't go together or nothing. And then we ended up wearing it. Like we went at different times to school that day. And we ended up wearing the same shirt. And the next day, I was looking for the shirt again because he was telling me, "Oh, you can't have that shirt. I haven't got that shirt." And I'm like, "No, fuck you, man. It doesn't. It's cool. We're at the same shirt." He's like, "No, fuck you. That's my shirt." I was like, "Dude, I bought it too. I didn't know you had it." And then fucking the next day, my shirt's gone. It's just gone.
So I got
and he wore it, and I was like, "Okay, you know." That was the first thing, and then freaking that was like, whatever, you know, fucking thief, fucking asshole, and then I beat his game. Like I beat it before him. That's why he was salty.
I swear to God, I just
told his parents that I had been missing school, and fucking they kicked me out.
What would have been better in that situation if he asked you how did you beat the game and tried to get tips from you?
Well, that would have been awesome. Yeah, I'd be more than willing to. But no, he just he hated me clearly for doing that.
Establishing
fucker.
This is
he was just
their
a spoiled.
territory.
He was spoiled. His family was well off. We had a pool and everything. Man, it was they were willing to. They fed us. We didn't have to pay rent. Nothing. It was just me. No questions asked. They just let me move in for like almost half a year or something before they kicked me out, right? Same with my buddy Brent. That's why I thought to ask to move in as well, because my buddy Brent's family split up and his mom was doing sex freaking calls for a living, and he lived next to her bedroom and had to hear it all the time. He decided to move out on his own, and freaking Travis's family decided to let him stay. And then a couple months later, I fucking asked if I could move in too, because my stepdad got a new girlfriend and they didn't want me there anymore. They said, you know, you got to go. I even offered to pay him like $400 a month because I was making close to $800 with my part-time job doing small engine repair. But fucking, they were like, no, you just need to go, Bill. But I was flat broke. He wouldn't even lend me money for gas. I didn't have enough to get to town. I begged him and he gave me $5 just to, I had enough to get to the gas station like I usually do, and then he get $5 was enough to fucking get to town and to my friend's place. So like, okay, fine, thanks, fucker. I loaded all my shit in my car within like an hour, and I was gone.
We had already put way too much time.
After he told me I can't be here anymore, I was like,
in this that we had to stay here.
We have a dream that we're trying to build this place. We decided to stick around
many more.
and see if, you know, maybe the activity will calm down and...
Never run out of lighters. Always have backups.
In the hopes of opening soon, they get back to fixing the hotel, measuring it.
I was have like at least 3 or 4 backup lighters if I need one.
During the 3D mapping process, I noticed
plus
that
tons
there
of
were
matches and shit.
2 sealed off rooms that you can't see with your own eyes. There were several
I got candles screwing around my room if power ever goes out too. Light my room up.
Didn't have doors or windows in them. I was asking myself, why would someone have 2 secret rooms?
Couple days.
What is in these secret rooms?
What a bit of a sticker situation, see?
It had been sealed off.
It's still Christmas.
So this was very weird. It was shocking. A knock was returned to me. My first thought was, is someone on the other side of this wall?
Oh, this is what the
when Jeremy hears the knocking returned, that had to
just
be
make sure you
you can't get much
you all
more
have enough ammo. If he's got something you need, make sure you, hey, dude, let me have that thing or something,
this
right?
This is a clever, powerful spirit.
Or I got this. I know you're using that. Here's some ammo for it. You know, you gotta help each other.
Oh my
That's
God,
what I remember from Hunt Showdown. If you're not coordinating, you're gonna die.
felt like there was a real person behind that wall.
Well, it is teamwork based.
However, that was impossible because it's been sealed off.
The whole thing is team based. So
there's only one way to find out.
You can go solo, but good luck. You got to be very sneaky beaky.
As I cut the hole out, I was thinking,
this game is about like,
okay, what is going on here?
Stuff like that, really. Like
you got to be very good to go solo. I've tried it a few times.
There was nothing in there. It was just an empty space.
Oh, just one time, sir?
I saw these weird symbols.
Where I killed like, you people at this extraction point,
said
right?
to have marked his childhood
home. Killed these people, I
to
killed
those
one dude,
renting
I
the
killed
place
another dude,
years later.
and I wanted to go grab the bounty, right?
That couple put these weird symbols and cut out holes
to a trap
in the
right there at the
ceiling
extraction
for
point.
spirits
I
to
could have
exit.
extracted, but I fucking
He
died to a
also
trap.
finds a pile of gemstones.
Congratulations.
On the floor.
Sorry to hear
Crystals
that.
have often been used for protection, including protection
I gotta piss.
from spirits and ghosts and other entities.
But once you've been touched by evil, there's not much that can protect you.
It's an evil, dark spirit that wants to exert dominance and control, not just over Jeremy, but over the hotel itself.
He wanted me out of that attic. And all of a sudden, this piece of wood came flying by me and narrowly missed my head.
I've used up my sticky nade.
This is seen as his territory.
I don't
it's his property. And he's letting Jeremy know that.
That was a threat. Someone's trying to kill me.
As the new owner of the historic Jefferson Hotel in Texas, Jeremy Jones is forced to relive a childhood terror.
In his youth, Jeremy had terrible negative experiences. He was touched by something evil. As an adult, taking over this hotel, an evil entity, seeing that vulnerability that's in him, purposely sought him out.
I turn around, prepared to fight, and nobody was there. He disappeared. I can't fight something that I can't see. It made me feel uneasy knowing that there's one spirit that's creating all of this negative activity.
Jer did tell me about, you know, how evil he felt.
No,
that the spirit was.
No.
Instead of packing up and going with everything at stake, I decided to try and live with that particular spirit.
This time, Jeremy does what he couldn't do as a child. He takes charge.
I did that by, when I entered rooms, I would say, hey, I'm coming up, is it okay? Let me know if it's not.
I believe that we can make it to where they're happy or they've gotten their point across.
What do you think?
I like it.
Yeah.
Things slowly started to get better. I was able to enter rooms and the attic and things without feeling terror.
Perfect.
Okay. When the historic Jefferson Hotel finally opens, it's a rousing success.
Nice.
Perfect.
And for those who check in looking for paranormal thrills, they get their money's worth.
As we first opened the hotel, we had a guest, and she got a little bit more than what she asked for.
What was that?
As she was walking through the hotel, there was a doll in the background, and this doll growled at her.
As soon as I walked around her and started recording this other doll, it went, oh.
We're not gonna run. We're gonna stay there and accomplish our goals. And that's kind of the beauty of the story, is that all of these things that have happened, even though they have, we're still very successful.
While it's clear that a hotel owner can be touched by evil, most of the time, it's the hotel you need to worry about. These are
What
the
am I
Scottish Highlands.
Bloody hell!
A mystical place full of dark locks and abandoned castles.
Happening.
The perfect destination for those seeking to touch the past.
When you have these woke revolutions, it requires all of us at some point to say no.
But if you happen to choose a haunted hotel, once connected to an ancient jail with a terrifying reputation, the past may just touch you back.
People got lives to live, Donny boy. They got lives to live.
11-year-old Liam Vasey and his family.
He's been offline for
Hey,
a
man.
day and...
Have you ever considered that
going back to visit the
he
family
has
for the first
things
time.
that come up unexpectedly in the pot? Like, that's
My father
life.
got a job and moved me over to Houston when I was 9 months old.
It's a very special room.
You're still young, you don't have to deal with most of that. When you
They
get
told us it
older,
was
you'll
the warden's
realize
suite
that shit
when the place
happens
used to be a
all the
prison.
time. My mom used to say, shit happens
And
in
as
a
a
big
reminder,
pile, Billy.
a portrait of the
Usually
man
when you don't have a
hangs in the
shovel.
room.
It was really unnerving.
You gotta use your
It's kinda
hands.
like looking down like this.
The painting perfectly captures the spirit of his time.
The original jail that occupied the site near the hotel was terrible. The prisoners lived in filth, they lived in disease, and the warden in charge of that jail would have been the one overseeing the conditions that these people
3:33
were
a.m.
in.
Hello, God.
Liam, big day tomorrow? Hey, where'd you put your bag? Oh, perfect. Did you pack pajamas?
Roll the dice for good luck. Let's see the number.
Jet lagged and tired. We
Eight.
went straight to
Not
bed.
bad. That's infinity. Woohoo! I got
While his
infinity.
parents sleep in the adjoining room,
Infinite
Liam
luck.
falls into a deep slumber. At least for a while.
The dice doesn't lie.
It was about 3 a.m. when I was startled. Just kind of felt the presence of somebody looking over me.
Pretty lucky roll, actually.
People need to respect their gut feel, their intuition, because something in your gut is trying to tell you you're in a danger zone.
Instead,
what's that?
Liam
Fancy
waves
treats?
off the feeling.
When I was that age, I had no experience with ghosts. I was totally unaware of what was about to happen. I can't believe that just happened. My mind's trying to legitimize what I'm seeing.
There are a lot of cases where a spirit attaches to its portrait, and when he wants to terrorize a victim,
Let's go.
he moves
What
himself
has
out of
been
that painting.
Defeated by her.
Whereabouts? Just kind of came out of nowhere. I thought it was breaking and entering before I realized it was see-through. And that just gave me chills down my spine. There's an actual ghost right there stood before me.
I leave a path for you, don't I? I just left a path of kitty treats into an empty old Dutch box.
In a Scottish hotel,
So she'd
once
have
housed
fun,
the
like
staff
sticking
of a
her head in
vicious
there and
18th
trying to get the
century
treats at the end of the box. Left the
Vasey
trail
comes
for her.
face to face
There
with
she
its
goes. She's
wicked
starting to go in.
An ancient
She'll go
spirit
get
touched by
him.
evil.
I realized
I want to see
the
if she
ghost
gets it stuck
came
on her
from the
head.
portrait. It was out to get me.
I think she understands my words.
Liam is a
I'm
symbol
not
of
gonna get
innocence.
stuck on my head. What are you
He's
doing?
easy prey
There's more
for an
treats.
entity.
Her eye vision, I think, is
My blood pressure
not as good as it
was
used to
going
be.
through the roof. My
Can't see as
heart
far
was
as she used to.
racing.
There's a lot of
There's
treats
something
at
that
the end
couldn't
of the box
possibly be
anyway.
there.
She doesn't
It's
see
what
them.
scared me.
Ay, 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 ¿cómo estás? Mijo, what you doing?
my mom saw the ghost, and as a mother, she got really defensive.
She's smart. She's just
Walks
playing
right
me,
up to
trying to
him,
get more
"Get
out of
here."
it. So I lead it into there further. He's playing for more. Smart kid.
He's gone.
No, you don't need no more. You know what's in there.
Expecting something else because something that powerful doesn't tend to just go away.
She knows. Yeah, there she goes. Now she's getting in the box. She knew they were in there. She was trying to trick me.
Desperate times call for
Okay,
desperate
Donnie.
measures.
What the hell was that?
I do not know, my friend. I do not know. Ask me about that. I have no fucking clue what that was.
It's okay.
Fair enough.
And he just vanished.
What's all the noise about?
Weirdo.
My mom's trying to explain to
Go ahead,
him what
come on,
just
you know
happened.
they're in there. Go on.
And my dad's just like, there's no bloody way. No bloody way. And my mom's just like, I'm telling you right now, there was
She's
a
scared to
ghost
go
in our
too far
room.
into it.
That's what she said. I mean, that's what he said.
I mean, the box is like a little over half her body length, so.
But it's as if nothing
It's thin.
ever happened.
It's like the same thickness as her width.
I can't believe that just happened.
It's thin.
In the morning, they check out with barely a word.
She's halfway in there. Well,
Just kind of
like
like
5
buried it in our
inches.
minds.
As she pulled out as soon as I said
know
that.
that it happened.
I think she's trying again.
Just don't talk about it.
Oh, the flap cut her off.
Weeks later, back home in Texas,
Don't let the flap cut you off. There you
Liam
go,
is feeling
sweetie.
slightly off from his scary hotel experience.
There you go. She sees them. She knows they're in there.
I didn't feel really comfortable.
My name's Jeff.
And I
What's
always
yours?
had this like nervous
I'm
feeling.
here to talk you to
that
about your car.
I think the way I said that to her, she scared her. She pulled away. Here, have a couple more
Well,
then.
the car's extended
You
warranty.
win, sweetie.
There was this weird vibe in the room.
Go get the
Here to
rest.
talk to you about your car's extended warranty.
Get it, Gwen. Good girl. Oh, what's this one?
I'm here to talk to you about
Following
your
the
car's
January 6th
Come on,
investigation, the biggest investigation in
I couldn't see anything. The feeling was that I was expecting a ghost.
Hey, you fucking magician Houdini.
I'm here, just watching YouTube.
The you peasy, the you boobs, the you boob.
She knows them in there. She's not getting no more. She really wants them. She'll go get them. She got 2 of the end ones out.
Karsh will be able to buy me a WoW soon. I'll probably speak to him about it tomorrow. We'll see if he'll be able to.
Yeah.
She's trying every angle she can to reach in without
Just
having to put her
because the
body
initial
inside the
hotel
box.
encounter was very brief does
Okay.
not mean Liam
You
is
got
off
it, Gwen. Don't worry. Don't look at me. Treats her in the box.
Your cat's name is Gwen.
Yeah. She named herself.
My quilt was
When she was a
literally
kitten,
ripped
I
right off
rescued
of
her.
me.
She was under a car
Flew
running
off of
along
me.
a muffler,
At that
and the
exact
car was
moment, I was
meowing as
terrified.
it went past me on the street. I didn't have a car or nothing. I was at. I friggin' was walking with like 150
These
pounds worth of
entities,
groceries,
particularly the
something like that.
stronger ones,
I'm looking
can
in both
attach
hands,
themselves
and it
to
was
you.
just starting
They
to
can
rain a
follow
little bit.
you, and they
I'm
often
looking.
do.
I heard the car going by, and my landlord, like 8 months before, Davis, friggin', he said I could. He gave me permission to have a cat, but I hadn't found one yet. Looking, right? This cat was needed rescuing, and I rescued her from under the car. The woman was like, "I know, I tried getting her out, but
What's wrong?
fucking, it took me like 5 minutes, a little over 5 minutes." And the woman was like desperate. She's like, "I gotta go, please, get out from under the car." I was like, "No, I'm gonna get it. Just give me another minute." I had ended up having to grab her by the paw. I tried several times and she slipped away, but this
My
time
dad
I was
told me,
it's like, this
if you
woman,
ever see a
you're
ghost
gonna
ever
die,
again,
cat.
just tell
And
it
this woman is not gonna let me try again. So when I
It's that
got her
simple.
paw this time, I gripped as hard as I could. Even though I knew it was gonna hurt her, I gripped to the bone so that she could not pull away. And I slowly started tugging and pulling, letting her know
And I'm
I am
very
not letting go,
afraid
and you
at
are
this
coming
point.
this way
I'm gonna be okay,
unless
I'm
you
gonna
want to
be
get
okay,
hurt
I'm
by
gonna be okay.
resisting. And I did that until she pulled out and clawed up my arm on my shoulder and clawed into my chest, and I just held her there with one arm, patting her both arms, patting her. I was like, "It's okay, I got her. It's good. You can go." Right to the woman. She's like, "Thank you, thank you."
That woman.
And I just stood there for like
cat.
freaking another 5 minutes or so, just claws, all paws, clawed into the side of my left breast and my left chest, right? Fucking this little kitten. She was probably like 6 to 8 months old. Fucking just clawed in there.
This is not okay.
The paws were all singed, running along the muffler and shit. And I just soothed her, and then I had no choice. It started raining, so I had all my groceries, like 50 pounds, and I was 25 per hand. But now I had to hold with my left arm, my left hand. I had to hold the cat there and soothe it, talk into its ears as I was pick up all my groceries and walk home doing this. Got home, fucking. First thing my cat she did was just run under my bed and go hide. Right? I left out all I had to feed that I thought a cat would like is a can of tuna. So I opened up a can of tuna and left it out. And went to bed. I woke up in the morning and my pile of clothes in the closet had a big sticker turd on them, and half the tuna can was empty. So I was like, ooh. I went to work, right? Came home and there was more shit piss on my clothes. I ended up buying a litter box that same day and some litter, and she started pooing and peeing in it right away.
Something else.
We didn't even have to teach her. It was awesome.
It's unlike anything you'd ever
the
seen.
fact that woman would drive away with a cat underneath their car.
The ghost.
She had no choice. She was in the middle of she was late for work already. She said she spent like a whole bunch of time trying to get it out, but the cat wasn't coming out. She didn't know how to. She was like, no one was there to help her. She had to go, right? So there was no choice. She started driving.
Take control of this.
She knew it was me, and she was waiting for someone like me to wave her down. It was destiny. That's what I was leading up, right? My landlord has said I could have permission. I'm the only person that's ever been given permission to have a pet in this building in its history. So
later,
and it took 8 months to find Gwenny Boo. She needed me. It's the only time I've ever seen an animal needing rescue before, too. In that regard, any regard.
One possibility is that this
Gwen's my little savior cat. I saved her, she saved me a bit too.
To torment people, and that dog is sticking around with the warden all these centuries later.
We've had our standoffishnesses, and I've been very mad at her, but she doesn't always understand why I'm mad at her, and she takes it personally. She doesn't know why I'm mad, right? I try and make it obvious to her, but a lot of times she just doesn't know. So I try not to be mad at her if I can help it, but it's hard.
When it comes to being touched by evil, there are different degrees of contact.
It's better if I just
sometimes
try and
it's less about spirits
teach her
reaching out,
why I'm
more
upset,
about
right?
them taking complete control.
Then she understands. Won't be all
For Helena
scared.
King, out with her husband for a weekend getaway in the English countryside. This seaside
I'm
hotel
only
is
ever
about
mad
to
at her
give
if
her
she
a front
pisses
row
on
seat
and everything and stuff.
to a nightmare.
And that's only been
should
something that's
ever
been
have to
happening the
see.
last couple of years since she's been getting into her teenage years here.
I knew nothing about the hotel. It
What are
was
you now,
just on
Gwenny Boo?
a
I think
website,
you're
and
probably
it was like
12
a
just
cheap,
about,
decent
eh?
choice.
God damn.
Almost. She's a teeny bopper. I think once she hits 13, that's a teeny
Our
bopper.
expectations was just to
Oh, I just thought
spend a
about
few
that.
days
Donnie,
away
you're a
from
teeny
people
bopper. That's what my mom called me when I was 13.
That's all we were there for.
Yeah.
Fuck you.
It's the word for someone
But
who
almost
is like
immediately,
they just
Elena
hit their
feels that
teenagers,
something is
13, right?
The
It's a teeny
atmosphere in the place,
bopper.
it was kind of static. It was very
Fuck is a
electrified.
teeny bopper?
That's how it
That's
felt
what my
to me.
mom called me when I was 13, so.
that is until she sets her sights on the lavish bathroom.
I loved it. I was like, right, I'm using that one later.
Just
That's
bopping the
perfect for me.
teenage years, just starting out.
Perfection is
It's right before you get your
There
hormones
wasn't
and
energy
shit
in
and
the
start
room.
getting all fucking like
I believe in
crazy.
the paranormal, but I've never jumped straight to it's a ghost. I would rather try to find logic because not everything is a ghost.
fucking Nitro Express with the goddamn shredder ammo? That's a one-shot gun right there. That's literally one-shots to anyone.
I was not paying attention to this again.
What?
Right, are you gonna spend all day
Conversation. I was just saying conversations to distract me from my Dragon Ball Z.
Ignored it.
I think this is the second time I've had to reset this episode.
The only anime I've actually watched is
When an
Attack on
entity
Titan. I've
makes
almost
its
finished it, but I
presence
just...
I gave up on Attack
for a
on Titan.
specific
I
reason.
kind of lost
It has a
interest in
message
it
to get
after
through to you.
a few seasons.
It might
I
be
do really want
warning
to watch a Demon
It's not as good.
It
It's not as
just
good
has
as a
a
lot of
story
other
to
animes
tell,
out there, Donny.
and it will
Like I
not
told
be
you, fucking,
ignored.
you really want to get into anime? Watch. It's just called
After
Dragon
a long day
Ball.
of shopping and sightseeing,
Watch the very
the
first
touch of
season
bad energy
from
Helena felt
the
earlier has completely slipped
1980s.
her mind.
It's an anime and it's awesome. It starts. It introduces you to all the characters and how cool they are. It's fucking great.
Have a good bath.
And this show has existed for. It's still going.
Everything seemed
It's
perfect.
like
I had
fucking
no idea
30
what was
years
about
later
to happen.
or so. 30 plus.
But
Yeah, I think it's 35 now.
I'm trying to watch Demon Slayer and see how that is.
Yeah, it's good. I think I recognize the name. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've watched almost every anime out there that's worth watching, Donny. It rings a bell, but I'm bad with names. I've told you that. I'd remember it to see a little bit of it. Well, let me Google it real quick.
I heard a strange.
I need triggers
The only
for
way I
my
can
memory, like
describe it
visual triggers and
is
like
a
vocal
clicking noise.
triggers. Words don't trigger my memory very well, so.
I've opened my eyes, and there's a strange woman
Demon Slayer,
standing there.
Demon Slayer.
Oh, Demon Slayer. Yeah.
Absolutely beautiful.
I've seen parts of it. I've requested on the
My
on the,
initial
on
reaction was,
on the show.
Oh
yeah,
yeah. I've watched a few
I'm
seasons.
naked here.
But yeah, honestly,
I was really
Looks like
embarrassed.
a cool anime.
I think I've watched them all.
My husband likes to prank me. So I thought he's playing a joke and it's just let some woman into our hotel room.
21, 22, 23.
Alex!
Oh yeah, there should be a new season coming up then. I'm pretty sure I've watched all these.
But I didn't want to say
I might not have watched the
anything
last
to her
season yet though.
because
I can't remember.
she didn't really
I
notice
definitely
me.
have watched the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
Maybe the third.
You're
There's a lot
dealing
of
with
anime
something
out
that looks real and solid. How can you doubt your own eyes?
Well,
it's
Donny,
a very
have you
powerful
checked out
way
the anime site I sent you yet?
to initiate contact.
This is
no.
the best anime site in the world, and they skipped the. I was telling
When
you,
she
they
turned and
skipped
she
the
looked at
intros
me,
and shit. You can watch them if you want.
I just felt
Little check
dread.
boxes below the videos. We can. This one, the link I sent is for the dubbed version, but you can watch sub, dub, Chinese, trending stuff.
And then it dawned on me.
Everything,
She didn't
everything
open that
anime
door,
is
did
here.
she?
This guy's like, whoever's running this is like a genius, and it's all free. You
I knew she
don't
wasn't
even
alive
bother
because
signing in or
no
signing
living
up.
person can walk through a door.
Just make sure you have uBlock Origin installed. It'll get rid of all the ads.
She
It's,
put her
the
foot
Chrome.
into the
Watch
bath.
it on Chrome. If you're watching
And
it on
that's when
Chrome or
everything
Firefox,
changed.
I think uBlock Origin is a pop-up blocker. You install it on your browser. Just Google the name. It's like 5-second install.
In
and
the
then
bathroom
freaking
of an English
you
seaside
don't
hotel,
ever get advertisements
Elena
anymore. It
King
works
senses a
on
strange energy.
those
One
don't
that
work on
finally reveals
YouTube
itself
anymore. You'll have to
in the
disable
most
them on
terrifying
YouTube.
and personal
But
way.
yeah, it's free. Yeah, everything's free that I
I knew
watch,
she was a
Donny. I don't
spirit.
pay for anything to watch.
I really did think she wanted to harm me. I just
As a
didn't
Canadian,
realize
we have a Freedom
how
of
bad
Information Act that
of a
allows
spirit
us
she
to
was.
watch anything we want as
I
long as we're
felt
not actively
like she
streaming it or
could control
profiting
me.
from it.
I wanted to run, but I couldn't move. Why can't I move?
I mean, I
Why
scream,
can't I scream?
but whatever.
I'm trying to call for Alex, but nothing was coming
I'm
out.
profiting from it. That's the biggest thing there.
She held me, kept me where she
Among
wanted
friends,
me.
sure. Maybe his friends will buy shit, you know? It's kind of how
The
they've been
touch of
dealing with
evil
pirating over
slowly
the last
moves
20 years.
beyond
So.
mere flesh and blood and into her mind.
Ooh,
You
new
become a
episode of
prisoner
Return
in
of
your
Magic.
own body. Who you are
Wait for
is
that.
pushed aside,
I'm gonna pause
and
the
what
Dragon
this
Ball.
entity is now in control of you.
I was no longer in my body. There was no me.
Is this streaming?
I was hurt. I was watching through her eyes.
No,
this was forced. This was violent. She was in control of my body. It was hers. I felt like she could have done anything. I felt sudden anger out of nowhere. Anger at
Oh yeah,
herself.
I remember they won a big competition. This is their first episode after the competition, and they were promoted to A class. They're the strongest team on the campus. Everyone thought they were the weakest team. It turned out to like dominate everyone.
And I could feel my heartbeat.
It's just like us, three-man team.
And then she did it to the other wrist. Have I just done that?
There's 2 of us must
Have I just killed myself for her?
3 of us versus all of them.
You have to be jerking someone off, dude.
The water was red
Donny,
around
and
me.
Dalorath.
And I could feel the blood dripping from my wrists
I don't think
into
Kid
the
Bob's
water.
here right now.
And I could feel her life slipping away, my life slipping away.
Maybe he's just not speaking.
For Helena, her survival is on the line here. How far is this entity going to pull her down into death?
See, the good thing about anime is you don't need to have the 1080p. Most anime, it doesn't matter the HP, like as long as it's around 420,
so did mine.
480 or 720, it doesn't pixelate. So.
And as Helena feels herself going
With
on
movies and like graphics and shit, you need the 1080.
Dude,
Sorry.
Everything was normal. The bath was no longer red. She was gone. I was devastated about what I'd just witnessed because I really honestly thought she had made me
dude's walling.
cut my own wrist.
I mean, yeah,
Spirit
people were
has
cheating
no
when I was
right
playing too. That's kind of one of the
take
reasons
over
I quit. I
Helena
remember
and
that
make
now.
her feel
It was getting
what
bad.
she's feeling.
The higher
It's like,
ranks you get,
Nobody
the worse it
deserves that.
gets.
Helena
It's like I went around the corner.
cannot
right?
help but
this dude
be
came out like pop.
feeling
It's like,
she
what
is
the
a
fuck?
complete victim
Dude,
here, and
even
she
though my
is.
sword
He
out,
might have heard
it's
you. They
very-
can hear you. You need a good
Yeah, I
headset.
felt confused,
Yeah.
scared, tired.
If you make a single gunshot or whatever, maybe he's been hunting you for
completely
20
run down.
minutes.
I've got 100 and something hours in this game down.
So what? I know what I'm talking about.
There was no other hotel.
I'm giving you
so we
advice.
ended up staying for the night, which I really didn't want to do. When I explained to Alex what just happened, he didn't judge me, he believed me.
With just a brief touch of the paranormal's dark side, Helena is left scarred for life.
It's all slice of life right now.
I felt like my own soul, my own
Yeah.
spirit was slightly fractured because of her.
Usually the episodes
To
aren't
this
like
day, I
this.
can't
They had
express
big battles recently, but they're
how
just celebrating and being kids, I
heartbreakingly
guess.
scary it is to think you're never going to see your family again.
Don't worry about it, Donny. I'm not frustrated
I
with you
think
getting
she's
frustrated.
a traumatized spirit. I think she is stuck where she is, and I think she wanted to tell me her story.
That should be the way to go. Yeah, medkits, fuses, and throwing knives. So that when I'm near people, it's a fucking true tap kill.
I mean, if it works. From what I remember, you want to avoid the birds because they'll give people know from a long ways away if you set off the birds.
Yeah, they do, no, dude. And I'm level 23. Oh, level 22 in the new event that just released not too long ago, actually.
Donnie, though, I think I'm gonna end the Discord for tonight. Brother.
Here we go. Come on, baby. Emma.
Sorry, but I'm burning out. I'm gonna watch my show. I need to lay down, so
yeah,
I want to
head off
eat
soon,
too.
I'm fucking tired as shit.
I'm getting burnt. Yeah. All right, boys. Good games. Through the journey. So yeah.
There you go.
See you, dudes. See ya, Bob.
Later, brother.
See ya.
What if it doesn't stop?